What's up YouTube, it's Ghostwriter15 here, back at it again with another Edison format video. And today's video is going to be a video of me discussing my own personal opinions on what I think can be done to improve Edison's format's ban list. I know this will never happen because, like I said before in previous videos, people won't ever agree on what ban list changes should be made, but if I were to be in charge of the Edison format ban list, these are the changes that I would make. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. So the first changes I would make are going to be in the ban section of the ban list. So I have two of them here. The first one being, of course, Deck Devastation Virus. This card is a card that is very, very bad for the format in my opinion. It prevents a lot of decks from being able to see play. Decks like Quick Draw, Fairies, Dragon Turbo, Zombies get really, really hurt by this card so bad. And it basically limits creativity because you have to adjust your deck list exactly to be able to fit the DDV meta. And there's a lot of cards that you just have to completely ignore because, you don't want to lose to DDV. And I really don't like that. So I think this card should be banned. So the second and final card that I would have banned for the Edison format ban list is Dark Arm Dragon. So the reason I decided to pick Dark Arm Dragon is because Dark Arm Dragon is a card that completely changes the tempo of the game. There's a lot of games where the game is going back and forth, a lot of resource trading here and there, the game's pretty even, and the better player usually ends up winning, but one player drops Dark Arm Dragon and the whole skill level is thrown out the window. Because Dark Arm just goes destroy, 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 and makes cards like Mirror Force, makes cards like Deep Prison completely useless. And it's so easy to special summon this monster. All you need is 3 Darks. With decks like Black Wings and Bayou Turbo being the best decks in the format, it's so easy to manipulate your graveyard, and yeah, I think Dark Arm Dragon would need to go. So for the limited section of the ban list that I would change is 4 cards. There's 4 cards that I would put here. The first one being Royal Oppression. So the reason I have Royal Oppression going from 2 to limited is because Royal Oppression is a card that can be very unfair to a lot of decks that rely on special summoning, and it's pretty difficult for decks to play. I know there's the argument, just draw the out, just have Heavy Storm, just have MST, but that's not always going to be the case, and there's times where you're not going to be able to do anything about it. So yeah, I would put Oppression to 1. Next up, going to 1 is Black Whirlwind. So I have Black Whirlwind going from 2 to 1 because Black Whirlwind is a very, very unfair card, especially when you're able to resolve multiple copies. It's just insane if you're not able to MST it or Dust Tornado it, because it basically turns every Blackwing into a gadget with actual good effects. You're able to search some of the best cards in the format. You have Galoot, Blizzard, Shura, Gale. They're all very, very strong, and just being able to search them every turn is way too broken, so I would put Whirlwind to 1. Alright, so the third card I would have on the ban list is Tsukiyomi. So this might come to a surprise to some people, but I actually don't think Tsukiyomi going to 1 for Edison format would do much. I guess like the only thing that could be kind of scary is Tsukiyomi being able to recycle cards like Raikou or Hamster, maybe even Snowman Eater. But other than that, I don't see Tsukiyomi really doing much because, it wastes your normal summon, and we also have Legacy of Yatagarasu in the format, so it's going to be very, very bad if your opponent has that and you summon a Tsukiyomi. So yeah, I'd actually think that Tsukiyomi is totally fine going to 1. So the fourth and final card that I have going to 1 in the Edison format ban list is Fishborg Blaster. The reason I have Fishborg Blaster going to 1 is because the card is not a hard once per turn, meaning you can just keep bringing it back. As long as you have a card to discard, you can special summon it, and it's very abusable because it makes the Colossal Fighter Armory Arm play way too easy, and I don't think something like that is good for the format. I think it's fine at 1 because, now cards like DD Crow actually do something. So yeah, I would put Fishborg Blaster to 1. Moving on to the semi-limited section of the Edison format ban list, I have 3 cards going here. The first one being Substitute. The reason I have Substitute going to 2 is because I want to hit the consistency of the Frog deck. Being able to have so many ways to set up the dupe block and special summoning Swap Frog to dump your Treeborn Frog. I think that's just too much consistency with Substitute at 3. At least at 2, it's less likely that you're going to be able to do something like that. And yeah, I just think a small hit to Frogs is warranted because of how good the deck is. Next up, I have Marshmelon going from 1 to 2. So, Marshmelon is a card that is limited in the Edison format ban list, but sees 0 play. Not even decks like Chainburn play Marshmelon. So I think Marshmelon going from 1 to 2 isn't a problem at all. It still won't see play and it won't do nothing. There's a lot of decks that can easily take advantage of Marshmelon. For example, Blackwings just have Bora to pierce it. Frogs just banish it with Caius or send it back to the top with Ryza. They really don't care. Absolute 0. If it leaves the field, it's going to destroy it. So there's just so many ways in the format where Marshmelon is completely irrelevant. So the third and final card I have going to 2 in the Edison format ban list would be Night Assailant. Night Assailant is currently at 1 in the format, but I think at 2 it's fine. It's an interesting change to the ban list because at 1 it sees no play, but if it were to actually go to 2, I think certain decks, specifically Quick Draw, would be a deck that would take advantage of this because you have Drill Warrior discards, and you can discard Night Assailant, get back Raikou, get back Hamster, get back the other copy of Night Assailant. So yeah, I think Night Assailant at 2 makes things a bit interesting. I don't think it would break the format or anything like that, but you never know. But I think it's fine. So moving on to the unlimited section of the Edison format ban list, there's only 2 cards that I would put here. The first one being Snipe Hunter. So Snipe Hunter is currently at 1 in the format, but Snipe Hunter sees almost no play outside of like Dragon Turbo in the side deck occasionally. But other than that, it's like nowhere to be found. And Snipe Hunter's not even that broken. There's a decent chance that you're going to actually miss the die roll and you're going to go -1. So I think putting Snipe Hunter from 1 to 3 causes no problems. So the second and final card that I would have going to 3 in the Edison format ban list is United We Stand. So the reason I have United We Stand going from 2 to 3 is because at 2, nobody plays United We Stand. I have not seen a single person play United We Stand. From all my time playing this format, it has never came up. So I think United We Stand going from 2 to 3 won't do any bad for the format. I think it's completely fine. So there you have it. These are the changes that I would make to the current Edison format ban list. Feel free to disagree. Keep in mind that these are just my opinions. The reason I made these opinions or these choices is because I thought they would be great to help balance out the format and increase deck diversity. That way we don't get a bunch of bird decks or a bunch of frog decks just topping everywhere. And yeah, I think these changes would be great to the format, but obviously, like I said earlier, a lot of people won't ever agree on what changes we should actually make. So this is just a video of hypothetically me being able to make these changes. But yeah, I know that it won't ever happen, so it is what it is. But yeah, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. This is Ghostwriter 15 signing out.